Hi, and welcome to episode 45 of Girlfriends Knitting. It is the 25th of January, 2013, and it's my Podiversary! Actually, it was yesterday. On the 24th of January in 2012, I recorded my first podcast, and so this is in celebration of that, and I'll talk about that at the end of the episode. Let's jump right in to FOs. I have this lovely FO. It is the For Good hat, designed by the lovely Megan Williams of Stockinit Zombies. It is super fun to knit. Let me give you some of the basics. First of all, the yarn is Plymouth yarn. It's a superwash merino, I believe, worsted weight yarn in this beautiful blue. The blue is almost right on as to what you're seeing in real life. I love this little button. Just a button I picked up at Joann's. And I think it looks adorable and has my little flare of pink in it. This hat is for me. It was knit on size 6, not size 5. I believe the pattern calls for size 5, but I went up a needle size because I wanted to use my signature needles. So you may remember that my brother bought me several pairs of fixed circulars for Christmas, and one of them was a size 6. I loved it. This hat just flew off those signature needles. I love it. I'm not going to put it on because then my hair will be a hot mess, and I have it all pulled back because it's a hot mess anyway. So I'm not going to make it worse by putting this on. But you can check out my Ravelry page. There are pictures of me wearing it on my Ravelry page. I love it. Highly recommend this pattern. And congratulations to Megan on how much she was able to donate to the Women's Health Network with this pattern. I have bought several of the patterns myself and gifted those. So it's well worth the buying the pattern, knitting the pattern, gifting the pattern. All is good. That is the FO for the week. There may or may not be an FO next week, because I'm getting pretty darn close, see, that's all I have left, to finishing up Amy's Wingspan. So I'm calling it Span the Rainbow, which is of course making me want to eat Skittles. The way that it's not like red line, orange line, yellow, but it blends from one color. It just blends, seamlessly to the next. I love it. So this is the Wingspan pattern. And once you've knit one triangle, you've pretty much memorized the pattern. So I don't even have the pattern with me. So it is linked on my Ravelry page, of course, called Span the Rainbow. Sorry, I'm out of camera. My yarn fell, and I wanted to show you the yarn. Sorry about that. So you can see a little bit that it's going to go back to a red. And it's a deep, pretty burgundy red. So I have at least one more triangle, and then you go across the top. So this is probably going to be all of the triangles I get. So it'll just be a little, shawlette kind of a thing. So I apologize I don't have the designer's name. The yarn is some hand spun of mine. It was a pencil roving that I picked up at Rhinebeck and was just super excited and did not get the vendor. So I do not know the vendor's name where I bought the pencil roving. If any of you went to Rhinebeck, it was a vendor that was in the building with all the food. And as you can see, it started off with a orangey red, goes all the way through the rainbow, and ends with a sort of a purpley red. So I'm very excited about that. I'm knitting it on my size 4 Chalgu lace. And for my international friends, that's a 3.5 millimeter. And I'm using one of my Loopy U stitch markers. I know, I should probably be using one of my own, but it's what I had. It's what I grabbed. I think that's all I have to tell you about that. Okay, so it's a very addictive pattern. If you have not knit a wingspan, you will enjoy it. I can almost guarantee it. So the next thing that I am working on is the Downton Abbey knit along, and it's going very slowly because I am knitting this only while watching Downton Abbey. So it's my Sunday night knitting. I've finished clue 1, which is this rosebud lace on the bottom. These are Lady Violet's dinner gauntlets, and it has a rosebud lace. And then there is an eyelet. I don't know if you can see that because of the yarn. Nah, probably not. Okay, there's an eyelet row right here for you to kind of cinch them up after you're done. And it's a provisional cast on, so I guess we're going to put some ruffles or something there. I don't know. That's an upcoming clue that we haven't read yet. So clue 1, 2, and I think maybe 3 have been released, but I'm just finishing clue 1. The yarn that I am knitting this with is a gorgeous purpley blue red with cat hair on it. It's Schaefer in the Nicole base, so merino and nylon, in the May West colorway. I love it. I love the yarn. I'm enjoying the pattern. Can't say enough good things about this, but it's going to go very slowly. So that's that project. Last project is the skew socks. So I showed you these last week. Here's the picture. I'm trying to show you the picture without showing you any of the writing. That's the way the picture is. It's right side up. Of course, you know. There you go. So you're basically knitting on the bias. And I have one finished sock. Of course, I have not woven in the ends yet. Let me put it on my hand. I'm not going to try to get my foot up here over my desk. So you have this heel that's a twisty kind of a heel. It's got a little bit of a rib across there. You can see it's going to be on the bias, the big toe, and then it goes down from the big toe. Of course, you have that diagonal. The yarn is very fun to work with. Let me get my little tag out for you. It is No Makers fingering sock in the candy cane. And I had to have it because my mom's name is Candy, as I've mentioned before. And so these socks are for her birthday, which actually has long passed, but she'll get them soon. She's a knitter too, she understands. And we have a toe. We have a hoe and a toe. A hoe and a toe. So these will be headed to her sometime soon. The other thing on the needles, I'm not going to show you because it has saw no love again this week, and that's the Rocky Coast. And there's no good reason for it, except I've been addicted to that wingspan pattern and trying to get Mom's birthday socks done. So it will see love. That's it for the knitting. Short, wow, 10 minutes. Okay, let's talk about fitness. Let's talk about the fact that Carolyn has done no fitness. Don't you like my English? I'm an educator. So anyway, and I'm eating like there will be no food tomorrow, and so I must eat it all today. It is horrible, horrible, horrible. And I'm using grief as an excuse, and I need to quit. I'm not going to make any promises. I'm just telling you where I am in my journey. And in my journey, I'm in a valley. I'm in a very low spot in my fitness journey. So that's what we're going to say about fitness. There are still plans for 5K, but that's not going to get done anytime soon if I don't start actually getting out there. So, oh, and in case you're seeing this, this is a lovely shawl that was purchased for me by a friend. So this is not a hand knit, in case you were seeing it on camera. I saw myself and thought about that. Okay, another thing that I wanted to mention that I completely forgot, so this is, as Karen says, various in the sundry, is I got this lovely flower hat pattern by Rebecca Lennox, gifted to me from the fabulous Froggy Monkey. So thank you, Amy. I really appreciate it. I have been wanting to knit that hat for quite a while, and so I will let you know how that pattern goes when I get a chance to knit that. And I have been forgetting to say this for 2 weeks, and she's just such a sweet person and has completely forgiven me, but I have to tell you, you must go check out a Down Under yarn. And that's Fiona. She's fifikins on Clark and Ravelry. Hold on just a second. Okay. That's the hazard of recording during my lunch break at work. I can't guarantee that I will not get interrupted because I am in my office. Okay, so, yes, fifikins, a Down Under yarn. Go check it out. Awesome stuff. She's adorable and hilarious, and you must go and do that. Okay, hopefully she will hear that little shout out to her. Last on the agenda, and it'll be a shorter episode, obviously, this week, but that's fine. I've had several long episodes. I'd like to keep it in the 20-minute range, and I've had several that were much longer than that, so this will be on the shorter side. I want to show you a few of my stitch markers. So if you are not interested in the Etsy shop or the stitch markers, you can feel free to turn it off now and go with my love. But if you are interested in the stitch markers, there is a Podiversary sale. So for 25% off, if you use the code Podiversary, Podiversary. I can't spell without looking at the word. So I'm going to leave that up through Sunday. 25% off. Several people have already taken advantage of that, and I'm ecstatic about that. And then after Sunday, it'll go back to the Love 13 code through February 14th. And the Love 13 code is 13% off. So there will be a sale on of some sort from now until February 14th. So let me show you some of the things. First of all, in honor of Valentine's Day, I have several sets of stitch markers that are heart related or Valentine's related. One of them is this cute little glass heart red bead. It has like a little arrow through the heart, so those things are sticking out. And this is for larger gauge needles. You can see would fit on the tip of my pinky to kind of help you gauge. It's not as heavy as you would think it would be. But again, this was definitely going to be for larger needles, larger projects. There's 2 sets that have that heartbeat in them. One of them, I have these paired with it. The other, I have some pink beads paired. And again, I don't show you every stitch marker in the shop. I just show you some of my faves. And you can go and check them out. And your faves may be mine, your faves may not be. The next set that I want to show you for Valentine's is so cute. I love them because instead of a ring, it's a little heart. So these would be for smaller projects. You can definitely fit a US 6. You may even be able, I don't have a 6 with me. You may be able to fit a little bit bigger than a 6, but definitely a US 6. And there is, half of them are clear. It's a clear flat round bead, and half of them are red. So they're paired together. 6 in the set, 3 of the clear, 3 of the red. So that's another little Valentine's set. Then I found these glass beads, and I had to have them because I thought they were so cute. And if you watch Dawn and James of Wolf Farms podcast, you've seen one of them. And that was the chickens. Well, the chickens sold immediately. But in addition to the chickens, it's sort of Old MacDonald's farm here, because I have piggies. Look how cute the little piggy is. And these are my favorites. The dairy cow. Is that not so cute? So it's kind of flat. It's not a round stitch marker. It's a flat bead. And then it's got seed beads with it. And again, these are the same size rings as that heart. Right there. I want to say 12 millimeter. But I'm not going to give you a guarantee on that. They would easily fit. Hold on. I've got my Rocky Coast with me. Yeah, see, that's a 10.5. Oops. Watch the stitch marker part just for the humor. So this is a 10.5. And as you keep seeing the stitch marker slide off, you can see there's still plenty of room. So 10.5 US. So what is that in? 6.5 millimeters. They're probably 9 millimeter instead of 12. But definitely can fit the larger needles. He's so cute. I don't know why I think it's a he, but it's so cute. So with both sets, you get 3 patterned stitch markers that pair with it, and then 2 of the little animal. And like I said, I had a chicken set as well, but it sold as soon as it got put up. Then I have a few more that I'm going to show you that will be going up this afternoon. May or may not be up before the podcast is up. So it's a square glass bead. It's sort of flat. It's not a cube. It's a square. And I have a green set and a blue set. The blue set has 2 dark and 2 light. So the blue set's like that, and then the green set is all that green. They, same size loops as the other large size. Then a smaller size, and these are my favorites. I love them so much. And you'll just have to look at the set online because I can't hold them all up. But it's an orange bead that has some different colored pattern. And the pattern is then paired with that color's seed beads. So there's a yellow, and then there's actually, instead of an orange bead in the middle, there's a yellow one, so you can use it to start the round. So you have some orange and some yellow, and 1 yellow. I love those. Okay, last thing I'm going to show you, again, there'll be many more up on the site, is my rock star. I watched Rock of Ages. I think I may have told y'all that. And these, I think Rock of Ages. And they're paired with little wings. So you get 2 of these and 4 wings in the set. And these are definitely smaller gauge. And they're not heavy at all. They are metal. They're not plastic. But they're not heavy at all. And so some of my beads are plastic, some of the beads are metal, some of the beads are glass. And I try to tell you in the description exactly what you're getting, whether it's a metal or a plastic or a glass, so that you'll know what you're expecting. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you take a look at the Etsy shop. Again, it's girlfriendsknitting.etsy.com. And I hope you have a good week. I'll see you next week. Bye.